This is the plaintiff, Patricia DeLoach. She says she brought her car to the defendant after she was rear-ended by a tow truck, and the guy stole her money and didn't fix her car. That's right. He claims he used all of the $13,000 the insurance company gave him for the repairs, but in fact, he pocketed a large portion of the money and fixed very little. She's here in the name of justice suing the crook for the state max of $5,000, the money she's owed. This is the defendant, Gus Constantino. He says he did a quality repair job for the plaintiff, was paid by the insurance company, the woman left, and now, 3 months later, she decides she was ripped off and is suing? Please. He's been in the business 30 years. Money comes and money goes, and the only thing you have at the end of the day is your name, and he stands by his. He's accused of taking a woman for a ride.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated, come to order. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Patricia DeLoach, you are suing Gus and Nick's auto body, represented here by Gus Constantino. Are you the Gus and Nick?
I am.
All righty. For $5,000 in insurance money that you feel he has inappropriately taken over. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, Your Honor, on October 10th, 2018, while waiting for a red light, I got hit from the back by a tow truck.
Okay.
I went around getting estimates on the damages that was done.
What kind of car is this?
I'm sorry.
2014 Jeep?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I called my cousin.
Did you have insurance?
Yes.
Or the
ma'am.
other person had insurance that paid you?
That was the other company.
The other company's insurance,
Yes.
the other driver's insurance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so what they offered you and what you settled on was how much?
They settled to the value of the car, which was they
it
gave
made
me
it a total
like
loss, and it was
$12,000, $13,000.
Okay, and so rather than use that money to buy a new car, you really, really wanted to fix this one.
I didn't know. I really didn't know what to do. It was the first time, something like this has ever happened.
Well, I can't be good when they call it a total loss. It's a terrible thing when they call it. It means it's hit so hard, it's not worth fixing. So, but you wanted to fix it anyway.
Yes, ma'am. It wasn't.
So you hired him to fix it. And how did you come up with their names?
My cousin, first cousin,
And your first cousin is what to him?
a friend.
Okay. What is her first cousin to you?
Tyrone is a friend I grew up with. I've known him 20 years.
Okay.
He sends me clientele.
Okay.
He's a good customer of mine as well.
All right. So you get Tyrone asked you to take a look at his
Right. Well,
her
so
car.
I get a phone call from Tyrone, and Tyrone states, Gus, my cousin's car was hit in the back. Could you take a look at it? The insurance company wants to total the car. She has it over at another body shop. I said, does she have the car? Have her stop by. She stops by.
Was she able to drive it?
She was driving it. It was hit in the back, but it was still drivable. The whole back was caved in. There was plastic on the back glass. She stops by. I have a conversation with her. I said the car's in bad shape. Well, turns to come out. She was going to get $13,000, just a little over $13,000, which she owed a little over $17,000 on the car.
Oh, because you were upside
So she
down
was
on the
upside
car.
down
You
in
had
the car.
you had a loan on the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
So-
so
I was
you
still
still
paying
owed
for it.
17 on. Okay.
So she didn't have the money to pay off the balance, and so to try to keep the car, she asked me to see what I can do. I called the insurance company. I said, where do we stand? They said they'd be willing to pay full book minus salvage rights, which is what they would recover from the insurance, from the salvage yard, the junkyard, would pay them for the car. That was $1,700, leaving us a balance of $11,800. She said, if you can go ahead and do the repairs for that, we'll go ahead and settle and pay her that amount of money. So I called her up. I said, the insurance company is willing to repair the car for this amount of money. Mind you, at the time, this is a can of worms. You don't know what you're going to find until you take it apart.
No, I don't know why you would take it.
Well, it's the holidays, friend of Tyrone. Tyrone sends me a lot of customers.
Okay.
I wanted to do the right thing. I did my homework. I looked into it. There was some profit margin there. I've been in the business 30 years. I kind of know what I'm looking at. So I figured we can make this work. Okay? She's all happy that she's going to keep the car. Go ahead and do it.
So you fix it.
Fixed it.
All right.
Done.
And then
Took
you
me
hand her the car, and what happens?
The next day she comes back, tells me, I feel like, I had to pay $300 to get a debit card to go get the rental car, and then I had to pay some money out of pocket to finish the payment. They didn't pay for the full amount, so I gave her $400 to to make her whole. She was still upset about that she had to pay money out of pocket, and I promised her it wasn't going to cost her any money out of pocket.
Okay.
Fine, everything's done. About a week and a half, 2 weeks later, starts up again.
What
And
starts?
I can show you the text if you like, or I can go ahead
Tell me
and
about it.
I get a text message, and it states that she feels that I showed some sign of guilt by giving her $400 for the rental car, and that her husband's upset at her, and that she wants to $1,100 more, and then this will go away. So I said,
Okay, show me the text, because she's shaking her head like she doesn't know what you're talking about, so let's read them.
There you go.
Thank you.
Sorry to bother you, but need to know if you are open tomorrow. My husband wants me to return the $400 and just take you to small claims court. He feels that I am still being ripped off and that you showed some sort of being guilty by paying the $400. Hope to see you tomorrow. Hi, I don't know what you want from me, you answer. If you're mistaking an act of kindness for guilt or weakness, that's incorrect. Would like to see you if you have something to talk about. I'm available whenever you want. Sorry you feel like I did something wrong. Hope I can resolve any concerns you have tomorrow. She answers, after reading your message, both me and my husband both decided that was not an act of kindness. We all know that you took advantage of me in the situation. You made off with at least $5,000 in your pocket. Still no receipt, and the truck was not completely repaired. We both agree on a total of $1,500, which would include the $400 I have already received. So then that leaves a balance of $1,100 now. It's up to you, $1,100 or go to court. Now you remember what you said?
Oh, part of that is...
Oh, well, why are you making a face like that while he was talking? You made me go through all that for nothing?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Are auto repair shops generally on the up and up? What do you say?
I say, yeah, they are.
Okay, that's optimistic. What do you say?
I have a place at home that I love, but I don't really trust anyone besides them.
Okay, well, at least you got one, and you're going to have the last word.
I would say no,
Why?
because they're always trying to get more money out of you.
Is it? Are they harder on women?
I would say they think that you don't know anything about cars.
Okay, fair point. Going inside the courtroom.
Whatever problems you're having with the truck, you decide $1,100 and everybody's cool. What happened? Did he pay you the $1,100?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Did you pay them the $1,100?
I did.
Yes, he did.
Did you get a release? Give me that. I, Patricia DeLoach, agree to settle any and all action and discrepancy between myself and Gus and Nick's auto body for the amount of $1,500, paid to me in cash. All repairs to my car are agreed upon. No further actions to be taken against them. Patricia DeLoach.
Ma'am, when I went in that day with that piece of paper, he said, oh, sign here. I did. I said, what is this for? He said, that's...
Can you read?
Yes, but that was
Did you
not
read?
written. But that was not written there when I signed the paper. I wouldn't have signed for $1,500.
So you just signed a blank thing. You wouldn't sign that you got $1,500 when you did, but you would sign a blank thing. You signed a blank thing? Yeah.
If you scroll down further in the text, it tells her, I'm going to need you to come in to sign some form, some document.
Oh, for the love
releasing
of...
me.
Give me, just scroll that up here.
My wife watches the People's Court, so she knows.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right there. You're welcome.
I will need you to stop by so we can have an agreement signed, just to make sure we are both protected. Thanks. I can meet you here early in the morning if that helps. Okay, that's fine. If you knew before you walked in to get the cash that he was going to have an agreement for you to sign, why should I believe you that you instead signed a blank paper? Why shouldn't I believe that you're just greedy as all get out and that after agreeing you wouldn't sue him, you have now come back to triple dip? Why wouldn't I believe that?
I never said I was...
Did when he paid her the $1,100 and she signed this, how did it go between all of you?
She was happy when she left. She gave me a hug and walked out the door.
That's not true.
And now I'm here.
Ma'am, that's not true. Gus, you know that. That's not true. I did not give
Lady,
you a...
tell me what you signed, because he told you were signing an agreement. So you walk in and you sign a blank piece of paper. Let's pretend this didn't exist.
Okay,
I'm good with that.
okay.
You tell a guy in your own language, in your own text, $1,100 or I'll take you to court. he tells you, all right, I read you the text. Why are you making that face again? Don't make that face again. He tells you, you know what? All right, we'll sign an agreement. Let's say he forgot all about the agreement. And then you walk in, you take his $1,100, which you had just previously stated you would take in lieu of coming to court. What about that is not an accord and satisfaction? What about that is not a settlement you are bound by?
I didn't agree to not take him to court.
I will not
ma'am.
allow you to waste another second of my time. Verdict for the defendant.
So the plaintiff is on her way now out of the courtroom. I think the judge got mad at you.
Yeah.
She just let you have it.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
He lied. He lied. She never asked for the evidence to show.
You sent an email or text message to him saying you'd accept the $1,100.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I agreed to.
She read it.
Okay, we're gonna have to sign.
Well, she's a piece of cake, huh?
You know, you
Work
can't make
hard.
everybody happy.
No, obviously.
I tried to do what I could.
Thank God for your wife watching the People's
Yeah,
Court.
she watches. She's very upset. She couldn't be here today. She had to take a class trip, but she's upset, but I think we killed it.
I think you did. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
good luck to you. Sorry about that.
Doug, you know, two things. She's clearly lying. It's almost impossible to believe that she signed a blank piece of paper. Also, the judge mentions accord and satisfaction. That means the dispute was already settled and he can bring it back to court.